Hello Wargamers, Dan, Duffering Kane here, bringing you part 10 in my Kings of War vlog series. This time it's continuing the Legions, Empire of Dust army, and I've decided to do a few characters this time to go with the couple of regiments I've got going so far. So these are mostly from the old Tomb Kings range. So this guy's going to be a pharaoh. Is it a cursed pharaoh? I'm sure someone can correct me. But he's basically a mummy. So I thought this guy is going to have the wings of honey maze to do it, so he can go do a bit of flying. So I thought this model actually was quite fitting for it, with the billowing. It's kind of like a cloak, it's ripped and stuff, isn't it? Yeah, it looks like it. So it's some kind of flying apparition probably. So that'd be quite nice to fly across the battlefield and cause some headaches for my opponents. Not too many attacks, just 5, but still quite damaging to get through those nasty war machines. And then I've got a priest. He's one of the old Lish priests. I say he's old, it's still not old. It's from the Tomb King range again. Got a bit broken, so it's going to need a bit of TLC. So he's going to be some bit of magic and inspiring presence to back up the skeletons, and possibly healing or perhaps a breath attack. And I'm not too sure yet. So let's a bit of zoom in so you can just see him. Yeah, really quite nice model actually. Kind of half skeleton, half not skeleton. Really withered and desiccated flesh. So that's a nice one. I've got another. Oh, it's an Armite pharaoh, not a cursed pharaoh. Well, anyway, I'm getting confused between a cursed priest. So this guy is another one of those guys. He's going to be riding a chariot. It's got a nice hooked halberd type thing with a snake on it. Really quite nice. Got a nice pointing finger to beckon, and so a nice desiccated guy with some ribs showing there. So it'll be real nice and interesting to paint up. And he's not going to be in a foot. He's going to be on a chariot. It's one of the old Tomb King ones. Now, believe it or not, this has been stripped. It's going to need a bit of TLC to get back in shape, because the wheels broke off, so I'm going to need to pin them. But then again, I had to take them off to make it easy to paint. So a nice whole. Well, it's a part of the aesthetics. So I've got a pair of shields there to go over there to make it look a bit different to the other chariots that I do have when I get around to painting them. And we've got some of the old skeleton horses, which obviously need the bases taken off. Again, these, believe it or not, have been stripped. It's just the stuff I'm using actually stained them black. So I've got those two guys there. Be interesting to multi-base that onto one nice base to get rid of those nasty things. So that's one half of the video. The next one is going to be a bit weird. It's actually branching out into technically a third army, but also my first. This one's going to be the League of Rhodia, for the League of Rhodia list, which funnily enough, most of the Kingdom Men stuff can be pretty easily transferred to that list. And this is going to be the Honour Guard. It's some monstrous cavalry. Now these are the lions from the Tyrannok chariots of the High Elves. So I was inspired by people from the Kings of War Facebook, the Kings of War Fanatics Facebook page. It's a bit of a mouthful when trying to say it, for the idea of using those guys. But when it came to the using which guys are going to use for the mounts, well, not for the mount, for the actual rider, they've got some old Citadel knights. These are the Volan's Dogs of War knights, Volan's Venators, and these have been sitting on my shelf. You can even see blue tack because I've been used them at some point to represent a cavalry unit with their really rubbish plastic old horses. So let's go through these guys. I've got arms knocking around here and some old banners. We'll get them out now. So I've got some nice lances here, some nice varied posts. They actually look quite well, they fit in quite well with the foot guard, or I think it's house guard they are in the League of Rhodia. They're basically the same stats. Got a nice banner pole. I don't know if I'll keep that one or make a new one, but I have to see. And another knight here with his actual lance attached, and need to straighten out. And then we've got Voland himself with nice manicured tash. And then we've got some nice embossed even, with nice V's there for the Voland's Venators on the shields, which will make the unit really nice and individual. So that's going to be the Voland's Venators going to be put to use on some monstrous mounts, some lions. So we're going to have, in this video, I'm going to have a nice regiment or horde. It's anyway, the larger of the two sizes for the monstrous cavalry, or large cavalry, whatever you want to call it. So that'll be quite interesting to see how that goes, because I don't know if I'll be able to stick the guys straight onto the lines, or maybe we might need to do some cutting there to get them on. So guys, we'll be back in a bit when I've got them built, and we'll be seeing in a second. Hi there guys, I've managed to get the some of the models assembled for before I start painting them, so just so you can see them a bit better. So I just kind of get the glare out there so you can see the detail a bit better on this guy. So I really like this one. It's going to look quite resplendent on the back of his chariot, with his big scythe, halberd, whatever you want to call that. Yeah, so I like that model. It's like onwards and sally forth and all that. So I managed to get the Leash Priest repaired. It's quite tricky at times with a very thin arm, very little to drill into. So he should be quite interesting to paint. And I'm sure you saw this guy already, but I think he's great. It reminds me of the Mummy out of the Mummy. Well, there you go. And the Mummy Returns, when he's doing the old sandstorm and swallowing up the plane with his mouth. So I decided once the lions were assembled, I would keep them separate from the riders, because it would well, you can't see a damn thing there, can you? Sorry guys. Would make them a lot easier to paint. So I decided to, rather than chop the entire banner off, I sort of just reshape it into more of a not knight. I suppose either way it's knightly, but a bit more lightweight and probably in the same theme as my other cavalry units, or the heavy cavalry units anyway. So I've got the lions assembled. We notice there's a big pin sticking out the back of his back. Yeah, the back of his back. So that's where the obviously the guy's going to go. I've test fit them all, so I've actually got individual each lion paired up with a rider. So this was quite nice. There's only one of mine I failed to get rid of the stones or whatever underneath the feet, because unfortunately without it one of his feet would be lower than the foot that's on the ground. So he's quite an interesting leaping one there. It's amazing for how much difference swapping different halves of the lions round makes them. So that actually got a lot of different, quite a bit of difference opposed there. So I'll just show you a couple of guys with the lances. Unfortunately, all the lance arms seem to be the same from the old collection. So they're all very limited to how they can be posed, due to the fact that it's how they are. The actual, is it the pauldron? I have no idea. The shoulder pad. So that's them assembled, guys, and I'll just briefly show you the shields again in case you didn't see that. But anyway, I'm going to get off and paint these, and we'll be back in a bit. In case you're wondering, the chariot's still in as many pieces as it was when you saw it, so I didn't figure there's much point in showing you that again. Okay, guys, I'll be back once I've got them all painted, and give you my final thoughts on them. Alright, guys, back in a bit. Hi there, wargamers, welcome back. Finally got these guys painted. Really quite impressed with how my honour guard turned out. Really impressive how much variation I was able to get out of these lions, even considering there's only 2 models in the pack. Didn't do any converting work to them really, because there's obviously just 2 different heads, and the bodies were 2 parts obviously, and both bodies fit both halves, so I was able to have some variety with the heads and the actual bodies, create some really nice poses. The guys on top went on without too much argument. Worked quite well. They are sitting a bit far back, but I think it's best I could do it really without having to do some major cutting and things like that, which we didn't really want to do. Even managed to get that stone sunk into the actual base, which was quite difficult considering I painted them separately to the actual base, and had to do an indentation into the modelling putty while it was still kind of curing, or whatever you call it. And then obviously come paint and then come back and then trying to get drilling to set the correct place for the actual pin. And precision never one of my strong suits, but I'm really quite impressed with how I managed to get the skin tone on the lions. So that's the what was supposed to be the front and the command section. More on that in a second, guys. Let's have a quick look at the other guys, the other half of the unit. Yeah, so really quite pleased with that. Now, one thing to bear in mind, guys, when you're planning your units, I say planning loosely, you're attaching you guys to bases and you've already got. Try and do one and then make sure you know where you guys are going, because I can't actually get. Like an idiot, managed to get these two bases, so they can't actually go together as a unit. But luckily, that worked out more by luck than anything else. The very fact that the guy at the back's actually jumping over a tail, so that actually helped. So that was very lucky. Still a bit miffed, but could have been a lot worse. Could have been completely ruined. I know I probably had to figure out some way of breaking them off the bases and not without damaging them. Anyway, on to the Empire of Dust stuff. So my first 3 characters are complete. So I've got my 2 pharaohs and the what's it called? Is it a cursed high priest, isn't it? Yeah. Being played by the Leash Priest, and I think the guy in the middle is a Leash Priest. I think he's actually from is it Leash? Oh, well, however it's pronounced, guys. I think he was one of the actual priests from the actual Tomb King's range, rather than an actual Tomb King, because I think he was part of the Well of Souls, whatever it's called. So that's that. And I've always loved this Tomb King model. He's not actually meant to be for a chariot rider, but he always seems to be fitted because he's got his hands outstretched, like pointing the way for the army to go. Sorry about the jerking, I say, guys. So unfortunately, another little boom there because his chariot is actually not quite straight, but I could have figured he's just going around the corner really fast, so his chariot's catching up with his lightweight steeds. So really quite pleased with how these guys come out. More coming soon. So I think there'll be more on the Empire Dust soon than there will be the Rhodia stuff because of money's a bit overspent on other things. More on that later in different videos, guys. Alright, on to the showcasey bit, guys. So, but don't forget, if you like this, guys, please hit that like button for us. It really helps. And if you're subscribed, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And if you've got anything to comment on this, drop a comment below. Anything you'd like to see in these vlogs, any suggestions, or any comments or any criticisms are all welcome. Thanks, guys, and don't forget to check out the better shots of these guys in the showcase section after this. Okay, happy wargaming, guys. Bye.